Is your ex moving backwards in the 5 stages? If so, what do you do? What does it mean? That's what we're going to be talking about in this video. But first, my name is Clay with modernlove.life, where we help you get the great loving relationship that you're looking for without having to play mind games, without having to play hard to get, and without having to pretend to be someone or something that you are not, because you, of course, deserve to be loved for the unique, amazing, and wonderful person that you are. And if you agree with me, do me a favor by giving this video a thumbs up. It sends a message to YouTube that says, hey, these videos are helping people. They're good quality stuff. You might want to, think about showing them to more people. So, help pay it forward to someone else out there who might want to know if their ex is moving backwards on the 5 stages. So, we are going to be talking about the 5 stages. Of course, we do have our course called the X Solution Program, which helps you to navigate through these 5 stages. If you do want to find out more about that course, it is down in the description box below this video. But yeah, we are talking about the 5 stages. If you're watching this video, you probably have gone through our at least one of our videos about the 5 stages, and you maybe have some questions about it. If you're new to all of this, we do have our video series on the 5 stages your ex goes through in getting back together with you. You can find that video right up there. But yeah, this is a question that I get from time to time, and that's like, hey, my ex is going through these 5 stages, and it totally makes sense. How long does it take to get from one stage to the next? What do I do if it seems like my ex is moving backwards through these 5 stages? What does that mean? And let's go ahead and talk about this. So for most people out there who have like a normal kind of breakup where there's, not a whole lot of, heavy drama, screaming, fighting, crying, and all that stuff, your ex is probably going to start at riding the dragon, right in the middle. They're going to be kind of thinking like, hey, did I make the right choice? I don't know, maybe I did. There were also some good things about the relationship. Maybe I kind of, went a little bit too far. I don't know. But then oftentimes the way that we respond after a breakup will cause them to kind of move backwards towards, test drive or the wall of reactance. And so it's not that everyone necessarily needs to, start at wall of reactance and then go to test drive and then go to riding the dragon and then crisis point and then new beginnings. That can happen. Again, if there is like a high drama breakup, your ex might, boom, get pushed way back to wall of reactance, and then you got to kind of climb out of that. But many times they just start right in the middle, and then it's the things that we do, unfortunately, when we're in damage control mode, in that panicked state, that kind of move us backwards towards test drive or wall of reactance. So I'd say probably the vast majority of exes start right in the middle. And then it is possible to, of course, backslide through these 5 stages if you're not responding appropriately, which is why we also have the other 5 stages that kind of document your journey in inspiring your ex to get back together with you. And the interesting thing is, your ex has their 5 stages, and we, many people like to focus in on their ex and say, what stage is my ex at? Where are they? And all of that. But the more important question is, where are you at in your 5 stages? Because if you are in damage control mode, you're going to naturally be kind of like pulling your ex from wherever they might be on their spectrum towards the back, towards wall of reactance. On the same vein, if you are at effortless connection, which is the 5th stage that you may go through on your journey to inspire your ex to get back together with you, you're going to naturally be pulling them from wherever they are up through their 5 stages towards new beginnings. So we don't necessarily need to worry so much about where our ex is in their 5 stages. It can kind of tell us roughly what we might be able to expect moving forward. But what we want to do is we want to look at where we are. Are we at damage control mode, where many of us, and speaking from personal experience here, find ourselves after a breakup? Are we, maybe at attachment stage? Are we at, the crossroads? Are we at one of these other stages? Or what's going on with us? Are we moving forward through our stages, or are we moving backwards through our stages? Because that's going to inspire our ex to choose to come forward or backward with us. That is to say, they're going to sort of match whichever stage we're at. So if we are at crossroads, we're going to inspire them to come to riding the dragon, wherever they're at. If they're at crisis point, they might backslide into riding the dragon. If they're at test drive, they might advance forward towards riding the dragon as well too. So it kind of depends on where we're at. Whereas if we're at the bridge, we're going to inspire them to kind of move towards crisis point, or if we're at, of course, effortless connection, we're going to inspire them to move towards new beginnings. So it is possible for your ex to move backwards. It just indicates that maybe there's a little bit more work that you need to do when it comes to your 5 stages, and we need to kind of, look at where they're at on the emotional spectrum as well too, because yeah, they're going to have their own emotion, their own emotional journey, and their own emotional experience as they navigate through these 5 stages. That's totally normal and that's totally common. However, what is definitely important is how we respond to the emotions that our ex is experiencing, that they're expressing, that they are, bringing to the table through the interactions, whether they're, vocally saying like, hey, I have some concerns about this, whether they're hot and cold, like at Riding the Dragon, whether they're doing a sharp pullback, whether, something else is happening. What's important is how we respond, because if we respond poorly from a place of damage control mode, we're just going to inspire them to backslide perhaps a great deal. Whereas if we are composed, if we're communicating clearly, if we're doing all of these other things, we can really inspire them to kind of, move forward towards new beginnings. So again, your ex isn't just going to magically move through these stages through a period of time. That's another common question we get. How long does it take to move through these stages? It's not just a matter of, waiting it out. It's not just a matter of like, okay, you're pregnant, so it's going to happen in more or less 40 weeks. It's a matter of like, okay, what can we do to actively encourage this to happen? What can we do to inspire them to take that next step emotionally? And many times that is going to be determined by where we are and how we are responding. So that's where the advanced relational skills come into focus in this whole 5 stages thing. They inspire our ex to want to connect more with us because we are leading by example. We are leading the way for them to actually open up and kind of work through their own emotional issues. We're kind of being a sounding board, so to speak, for them to kind of work through their own emotional issues. We're being very understanding, compassionate, but also, firm, not letting them walk all over us and all that sort of stuff. And that's going to inspire them to want to connect more, to want to commit more, want to deepen the connection with us more. So, yes, it is possible to backslide through the 5 stages. It is definitely possible to move in reverse through the 5 stages. I've seen it happen, and usually it is happening because the other person, the client who wants to get back together with their ex, they are not responding appropriately to their ex's emotions, most likely because they are in one of the lower stages that they need to be at when they're getting back together with their ex, and they're kind of, pulling their ex backward like a magnet. Maybe they're in damage control mode and their ex might be kind of like on the fence, like, I don't know, I'm kind of hot and cold, but they're in damage control mode, so they're pulling their ex backward towards test drive, or maybe even eventually, if they keep it up and they don't get their act together, towards wall of reactance. And so that's why it is absolutely critical that you focus on yourself, absolutely critical that you focus on how you are bringing yourself to the interactions and how you're bringing yourself to the relationship. And, that is why we do make a big deal about advanced relational skills and how we're presenting ourselves and all of that. It's not just a matter of, memorizing scripts and memorizing text messages and memorizing what to say and all of this sort of stuff. We want to focus on demonstrating that we are actually bringing a legitimate positive change, that we are staying composed, we know who we are, we're staying curious, we're staying empathetic, we're having strong boundaries when appropriate. And we're also taking a stand for certain things in our lives so that we can help our ex advance through their 5 stages by leading by example, by showing them and demonstrating to them that we are, for lack of a better word, the kind of person that they want to be in a relationship with, okay? So, again, this is important stuff. It's something that I think a lot of people may overlook when they ask, what stage do you think my ex is at? Because it's like, ultimately, it's irrelevant because the stage that you are at is going to ultimately determine the stage that they eventually end up at. So focus on what stage you are at, and your ex will kind of match you. So again, they have their 5 stages, you have your 5 stages. Focus as much as you can on being on your 5th stage, effortless connection, and you will start to move your ex closer and closer and closer towards new beginnings. But yeah, if you want to learn more about how to apply all of this, we do have that course called the X Solution Program. You can find info on that down in the description box below this video. Check it out if it's right for you. I'd love to see you inside. If it's not right for you, no problem. It's not everyone's cup of tea, so check it out if you're curious. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Once again, if you did like it, help spread this video throughout the world of YouTube by hitting that thumbs up button, and think about subscribing to the channel as well too if you like these videos and you want to get more of them when we do upload and post new videos. If you do want to learn more about the 5 stages of getting back together, we do have this video series right over here, or you might want to check out this video right here. But thank you so much. Please take care, and I'll talk to you next time.